The city of Frisco is one of the fastest growing communities in Texas, located within both Collin and Denton counties, sandwiched between the Oklahoma border and the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. Incorporated in 1908, the city began, like most successful rural townships, as a railroad stop. The St. Louis and San Francisco Railroad connected us to markets and points north, east, and west. Known by local residents as the Frisco Line, it became the town's namesake. The census of 1910, Frisco's first, showed a population of 332. There was an estimated 21,400 residents in 1997. The 2010 census was 120,000. Currently, it's estimated at a little over 124,000. Build-out is anticipated to be almost 300,000 by the year 2030. Where once wheat, cotton, and corn grew and cattle roamed, we now see people, houses, businesses, churches, schools, offices, and parks. Open grazing and farmland is quickly giving way to large single-family residential developments, all this within its 70 square mile city limits. Old historic Frisco, with its narrow side streets and small wooden homes, is in stark contrast to the more modern homes and broad boulevards crisscrossing the landscape. The Frisco Police Department is a young department having been created in 1965. As recently as 20 years ago, the department consisted of a scant 12 employees. There are currently more than 140 sworn officers and 60 civilian staff. In 2006, it moved to its new location built to support the needs of the ever-expanding city. As the city has grown, so has its need for affordable housing. Frisco receives grant funding from HUD to subsidize housing for those in need. Most of that housing is provided in 2 apartment complexes within the city. The largest is Stonebrook Village, which contains 260 apartment units and about 1,500 residents. Consisting of primarily low-income families, approximately 5% of the complex is subsidized Section 8 housing. Although the majority of residents are Hispanic, there is a small percentage of white, African American, Asian, Central European, Middle Eastern, and Central American residents as well. Historically, Stonebrook Village has always been a difficult place to police. It has always had the lion's share of calls for service and a reputation as a hotspot of criminal activity within the city. The complex was a source of criminals and crime affecting other areas of the city as well. When a problem was identified and resolved, the persons responsible just moved on to the next apartment complex. This seemed to have a revolving door effect and needed to be stopped. In 2010, a pilot study was conducted by the department to find a better way of patrolling the complex and surrounding areas adjacent to the property. With funding from the Smart Policing Grant, a place-based policing strategy was implemented with a single officer assigned to a special beat encompassing the Stonebrook Village complex and the surrounding neighborhoods. Officer Chad Laprelle was selected for the position and has worked tirelessly to gain the confidence and trust of the residents and the on-site management team. Chad has made it a point to meet with as many of the complex's children as possible. He often meets the school bus where children and their parents gather. There, he engages them in conversation or play and listens to parents voice concerns about what's going on in the complex. In the year Chad has been assigned, this approach seems to be working.
Let me see what I got for the bus first, okay?
There might be like 20,000 long time.
Let me see where the bus is. Let me see what we got for the bus. What's up, guys? You want a book? You want some Emergency Fox book? There you go. Which one?
We believe as a result of Chad's efforts, fear of crime and overall crime is down. This is most evident at night. Residents used to avoid going out at night. Now, more residents and even children can be seen talking and playing after dark. Chad recently partnered with the Immigration Customs and Enforcement's Operation Joint Effort at the Dallas Regional Office. Early on, it became clear that a certain level of criminal activity and intimidation was coming from undocumented aliens who were taking up residence within the complex and in surrounding neighborhoods. Chad helped identify them, and ICE team members located, arrested, and scheduled them for deportation from the complex and surrounding beats. Chad's efforts have not gone unnoticed by the department either. Chad is a constant source of valuable intelligence to our detective division and the patrol staff. Chad is often sought out for his beat knowledge and assistance by other officers when they need help dealing with or finding individuals Chad has contacted. It's safe to say the SPI program has had a significant impact on Stonebrook Village and in doing so has made our city a safer place. As we move forward into our second grant-funded year, based on our ongoing research, we will continue to improve on our first year's efforts and perhaps expand it to other parts of our city as well.